Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your JAYFLIGHT SLX 245 RLS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things and get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, of course, your awning. You need plenty of room for that to come in and out. On your off campsite, your slide. You need plenty of room for that to come in and out. And then leave yourself a nice walking path, because the next thing I want you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord is going to be inside the off campsite or driver's side of your tow vehicle, all the way at the rear. And then your city water connection is going to be toward the middle. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you do is level your unit. You have a power tongue jack here with a night docking light should you arrive at night. Power tongue jack, lift it up or down till you got it level. If you happen to lose power, you do have a manual override right up underneath that rubber stopper there for that hand crank. Speaking of power, check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose coming down the road. Once we got our unit level, the next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these 3/4 stabilizing jacks. Can use an impact driver or a drill gun when running these down. I just recommend when you do that if you do use an impact driver or a drill gun, slow down when you get to the bottom. Now, so you're gonna run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level. You're gonna crank these down, preferably on top of some stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are gonna protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Better distribute the weight, a really good investment. Put them down, crank these down just until they're taut. Once you have any type of resistance on your hand crank, you know you're down far enough. Remember, we're just stabilizing our unit. Once we got our unit level and stable, next thing we can do is hook up our power and water. Big long 30 amp cord stores conveniently right inside your unit. Just pull this out, plug it in. At the end of that 30 amp service, should you need it, plug into a 110. Is a 30 to 110 adapter. It comes with your convenience pack. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Hook that up. Hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Over here on your campsite, just to the left of your doorway, is going to be your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, folks, is make sure our drain plug's back on there. Get that on there nice and tight. Once that's on there, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. Now, if your hose has been on for a little while, go inside. Our unit's level and stable. You can deploy the slide if you need to, but we just need to open up all of our water taps. Once we got all the air out of the lines, steady flow of water, shut them off, then you can turn on your water heater from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to hook up to a campsite as City Water Connect. We're going to go boondocking or dry docking. In that case, we'll fill up our potable water. All the way at the rear of the unit, just left your power, is your fresh water tank. Simply fill that up with a hose. No need for a water pressure regulator. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two on the inside where you check your battery and black and gray tank levels. There's also a freshwater button. Hold that down until that's full. Once it's full, return your cap, and when you want to utilize this water from your fresh tank, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we got our water and power. We're all set to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting here in the rear corner. Again, your power, your potable water. There's a low point drain for your fresh water. Up here is where we'll dump our black and gray tanks, and a low point drain for campsite connections. City water connect again. You have an outdoor shower with hot and cold water. There's your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our tanks when we're leaving. Your big pass-through storage. Your propane does come with a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty-loosey to open. The battery, again, check your post. There's the cover for your propane. Again, your pass-through storage over here. Access from underneath your bed. On your awning, you have pitch control. Picnic tables down there. So if you pull down on this pitch, if it's raining, that'll run your rainwater off to this end. Continuing around the front, again, our hot water heater. To the left of that, clamp a TV on here, cable and satellite if you want to hook up outdoors. There's a vent for your microwave. Your outdoor speakers are in the end of your awning. Storage here. Spare tire with a cover. You also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. And a ladder. Utilize that. Go up there a couple times a year. Check the seams of your roof. Caulk as needed. And then lastly, your flue for your furnace. Steer clear of that. If you're running that, it will get hot. And make sure nothing's ever blocking it. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's take a look inside your unit. First thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Immediately to your left as you come in, you have this control panel here. Here's where you check your battery, your fresh water. That's when I said you can hold down when filling your potable water. Black and gray tanks, interior and exterior lighting. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Your water heater if hooked up to gas, your water heater if hooked up to electric. It does make a difference. Your slide control and your awning control. On your awning, I want to show you, you only want to run that out until that white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that black bar. This will extend itself past that and run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it as you run it out. Only run it out as far as it should. Run that back in here. Once our awning's in here, we will go ahead and finish continuing this tour. Alright, I'm going to shut off my exterior light. Also, as soon as you come in the entry doorway is your thermostat. Close the door here. Turn your thermostat. Let's turn the AC on. Can't read it very well from this camera here, but got the AC on. Turn our air on here. Kind of hard to see on the screen, but there's your AC kicking on. Shut your AC unit off. That shuts off rather quickly. I'm going to turn on your furnace. Can't read it on here, but you'll be able to tell when furnace is on. Furnace is on, shut that off. Now you'll notice that the furnace fan takes a couple minutes longer than the AC. Oh, that one actually shut off kind of quick. Down here, your propane, carbon monoxide 12-volt alarm. The reason I mention this is 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, if you are boondocking, nothing plugged in, charging your battery, disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Coming into the living room, go straight to your fridge. Hold on the North Cold fridge for about 3 seconds, that'll turn that on. So it's simple here, whatever's white is what you're controlling. This one's the freezer, this one's the fridge. So freezer we like to keep at 5. Fridge, we'll put that at 3. And then this is a night mode. It's just telling the fridge, hey, I'm not going to be opening and closing you as much. Please save me some power. And it does so. Continuing over here to your self-explanatory microwave. Below that, a light and fan for your cooktop. It's glass top mixing next on the backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn this from blue to green. There's your flame. Same thing on your oven. Just turn it to light right here. Light it down here. That'll light your pilot light for you, and then just set it to the desired temperature. Panel light down becomes an oven light. Continuing in, quickly your sofa jackknifes down into a bed. You lift the ends. Fold that down like so. So lift up, pull up on the back, and reverse the process. Over here on your table, you're going to light it on here. You just wiggle this table and that'll remove your legs. Set your legs down, or your tabletop on top of this part. Put your back cushions on top for another sleeping area. You're all prepped for a TV here. If you just put a TV in here, right here where your cable goes in, before you run a digital channel scan at the local parks, make sure that green light's on. That's a digital channel enhancer and allow you to pick up more channels. Down below that, your Furrion sound system. Turn that on. Music indoors, outdoors, or both. Oh, here's our zone, excuse me. So, now it's just outdoors, zone 2. Or indoors. AM, FM, Bluetooth, USB port, headphone jack, auxiliary. Really nice system. Heading back into the bathroom. A couple things I want to point out in here. Turn the light on. You have a hand crank exhaust up here. You have 110 with GFCI reset. And most importantly in this bathroom, I want to make sure that when you travel, you have this door snapped and this door snapped. You want this snapped all the way open for when you're traveling. You don't want that bouncing around. Come back into our bedroom back here. Turn on some lighting. So this is the TV mount. You can put a TV on this and just take this right off and put it outside. Cable 110 here. This is a template where it's wired for solar. Keep that on there in case you ever decide to wire this unit for solar. Lighting up in here. Here as well. And some accent lighting for out here. You do have storage underneath your bed. Access to outdoors. And that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close everything up. So I like to come to my main control panel, shut my lights off. Then I can walk through and see any individual lighting that has to be shut off by hand that I can reach before closing my slide. All my lights are off. Doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are secure. Turn our light back on. Make sure nothing's going to impede our slide from coming in. If you have a TV out here on a swivel, make sure it's tucked back in. Most importantly, make sure these two doors right here are closed. Come over here and hit slide in. I'll run our slide in real quick. As this finishes coming in, I want you to hear a little noise. Right at the end of it coming in. None on this one, which is nice. Close that, exit the unit. Make sure this exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this part could catch on your door. Lift your door up in, pull this back to lock that. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle, and your door is ready for travel. At this point, unhook our cable, water, and power. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Once our water's been done unhooked, we're gonna come to our low point drains. If you are boondocking, dump the rear one, that's the white one. If you are at a campsite, come and dump both of those. And then lastly, you're gonna come back around to your hot water heater. I'm gonna lift up on that pressure release valve. That'll dump the remainder of the hot water out. Once that's done, make sure to push that handle back down or your door will not close, and then pull your drain plug. Hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be just in front of your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Line it up. 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up. The first thing you do is pull your black holding tank at your black handle. That's going to be your sewage. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, leave that black handle open. Come up here to your black tank flush. Again with your water pressure regulator. Hook up the hose at the dump station. Turn that on, let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Once it's done, shut that off. Come down here, close your black handle, pull your gray handle. Now your gray handle is going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Close that up, put your cap back on. Come to your bumper here where it says squeeze, and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose in your bumper. And head on home. Again, we thank you so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.